right. I hope everybody is doing really well, and I hope they had a fantastic Easter. This week in science, we are going to be working on embryos and how they are used as evidence of evolution. One example that I'll give you before we get started. So both fish and human beings have gill slits at the beginning of embryonic development, very, very beginning. Fish end up diverging them into actual gill slits that they use to breathe underwater. Humans' gill slits ends up becoming lungs, and that's how we breathe out on land. So we're going to end up this week doing Organizing Embryos Lab, which is going to be Monday and Tuesday. We're going to do embryo reading, a STEMscopedia on Wednesday. Thursday, I got a couple of videos, super short, and then Friday we're going to take a quiz. So I have pulled up first the Organizing Embryos. This is for Monday and Tuesday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys download a set of cards. It's on the Townsend website on my webpage as a file. And I'm going to read off this for directions. Your teacher will provide you a set of cards with a variety of images. Each symbol represents a different species. So you've got a square, a curlicue, a circle, a star, and a triangle. You're going to sort the cards by organisms. Sort each organism set by stage development. There are 5 stages for each species. Using the letters that indicate each stage of development, fill out the data table below. So let me show you how you're going to get your card. So when you go to the Townsend website, you go to Classrooms, click on My Name. This should show you this week's information. So you've got lab, STEMscopedia video, and then the quiz. And then down at the bottom, or near the bottom, you've got your Organizing Embryos file. By the way, the calendar should be updated. I did not do last week's, but I am going to try and make sure that I update the calendar every Sunday. So when you click on Organizing Embryos file, that's going to open up a file that's got 11 pages. Now, here's the deal. You can either open them up and just look at them, or the better way of doing this is actually to print them out. Now, you need 11 pages. If you've got color, great. Not a problem if you don't, because the symbols will be fine and the letters will be fine. If you can't print it out because you don't have a printer, not a problem. I've taken a picture of all of the cards in order and I put it onto GoFormative. Now, it's better for you not to just look at it because it's kind of like the answers are right then and there. But if you don't have a choice because you don't have access to a printer, that's why you would do it, okay? So let's see here. You'll notice that this one is the sea urchin. You've got the square, you've got C, A, B, and then the next 2 have D and E. Then it goes to a shark, and that's the curlicue one. And it's got C, B, D, and then A and E. Now the letters are all scrambled so that way you can put in the letter for the correct embryonic development when you're doing the GoFormative. So let me scroll, let me take that out, scroll back over to Organizing Embryos. Okay, so what you're gonna end up doing is putting the embryos in the correct order and then filling out this form. Now let me try and show you this video here. And let's see. Oops. If it'll work.
Okay, so this lab can be a little bit tricky. What you need to do, if it's possible, is to go ahead and go to the link on my classroom class page and print it out. Is 9 pages. If you got color printer, that works. If not, no worries. You want to print these out and then cut them out. And the things that you want to look for are the fact that there's letters. Those letters are not to go A, B, C, D. And then there's also these symbols. This one actually happens to be the symbol of a square, and that's the first one that we're going to do. So I'm going to try and do the first one with you. So I have these printed out right here, and I have A, B, C, D, and E. But like I said, they're not in the right order. So what we have to do is put them in the right order. So when we look at each of them, this one says primitive digestive system forms, larval arms that aid in mobility and feeding form, fertilized egg cells divide and multiply into gastrula. Most of the larval body is cast off and a juvenile body is fully formed. And development of the larval arm and digestive nervous system continues. So, we're going to put this one first. I'm going to leave it right here on the far left side. The next one we're going to do is this guy right here. Then we're going to go with B, then E, and then D. And so that would be, if I can zoom it out, that will be, for the first one, C, A, B, E, D. What you're then going to do is put for question numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, those letters. It should come up as green. When you've done all 5 of them, then what you're going to do is you're going to put the animal name. So as you can see over here, this one's the sea urchin. So we're going to put the sea urchin on the far left. So what you guys need to do is the other 4 and then answer the questions.
Okay. Hopefully that worked. And you have the first one all done. So now you guys go ahead and do the other ones. For 11 through 15, 16 through 20, 21 through 25, and 26 through 30. And then go ahead and fill out what the animals are for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And then I would finish tomorrow or finish on Monday with question 31, 32, 33, and 34. And then if you want to save, you're going to do on 35 a double bubble. So you'll edit background, create 2 circles. In the middle, you have similarities, put 3. On the 2 differences on the outside, put 3 each. And then for 36, you're just going to write a couple of sentences that describes the similarities between the 2 animal species. Here's a picture of the correct answers. Like I said, don't look at the correct answers first. Try and figure them out, then go back to what do you think the correct answers, and then check your answers, okay? Then the last thing you're going to do is do a claim evidence reasoning. I'm just going to kind of go old school on it. You want a 1-sentence claim, 3 bulleted evidence. Make sure you label them numbers 1, 2, and 3, and then a 5-sentence reasoning. And then that's it for this lab. If you have any questions, I'm going to be available. Obviously, I'll send out emails as soon as I can. I look at it most throughout the day. And then I'm also going to be available for a Google Meet live. So if you are struggling with this, which I think is a little bit challenging, it can be a little tricky, then please, I will set up the email, the code for a Google Meet, send it out on Tuesday, probably at around 9. And then open it up and be available for it from 10 to 11. Okay, so good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.